Hello friends, it's Aaron from Beansprout. This is my Beansprout ledger. And I started this when we restarted the business in June of 2017. First instrument made under Beansprout's name then was this banjo here that I play. It starts with 248 because we're counting the instruments I made in the original Beansprout company and then the banjo ukes I made when I worked at Miyamoe, which were called Beansprout banjo ukes. And then if you add those two things together, we start over at 248. First customers in July were Stephanie and Louise. So when we look through this, there's a instrument for Lizanne. Here's October 2018. Most of these instruments I've kind of forgotten about. A lot of these are for people I know and instruments I get to see. Oh yeah, there's the Wayfinder, number 423. I think that means that, yep, there's Nicole. That's her uke. That's her uke she plays. Here's 2021. There's Henry's uke. There's Dave Matthews. Start to write smaller when I can't get there. There's 2023. There's the Kingdom Era uke, first one. There's a uke for Avery Hill, you know, etc. So now that book is done with number 965. 2024. No, it's 2025. 7 years. Here's my new blank ledger. It should last me the rest of my life. And I bring this all up because I've got this ledger from Ed Kime. That's my great-grandfather. And this is what I found it in, a piece of furniture that belonged to my family. We always called it Grandpa's desk, although it's not a desk, it's cabinets. Built by my triple great-grandfather, who was a professional cabinet maker. And this is Ed's 1943 ledger book as a farmer. And this is great-grandpa Ed, my dad's grandpa. And this is me. This is Ed and me. Okay, so here's like vet and expenses and repair and hardware store stuff. An axe handle for 60 cents. Repair a wagon, gasoline, vet bill. Here's hiring out for machine work, for grinding corn and things like that, baling hay. Livestock sold. A veal calf for 24 bucks. A bull for 100 bucks. A ram. A boar. Livestock bought. They bought half interest in a ram, half interest in a boar, a bull. And then we've got milk sold. It's got milk at 4% milk fat at $2.46. I don't think that's per gallon. That must be per can or something. So anyway, each, looks like he sold once a week. He would take the dairy into town to sell. 85, 90 bucks a week in 1943. And then deducting for butter, which they would get back from the creamery. And then, let's see if there's one more here. Grain and hay bought. And seeds bought in 1942. And it goes on. So anyway, Mount Carroll, Illinois, 12 dozen eggs at 31 cents a dozen. He made $3.72. So there's his ledger. So, and here's mine. Back to work.